morning, everyone. Sorry for being a little late today. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get some cleanup done, shall we? Shalls we? Could I possibly have missed? I could. Oh, but I could have. Anyway, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Got some of that cleaned up. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Once again, this is gonna stick with me for a little while, and I apologize. I'm going to be very, very quiet until people pop in. Focus on this, I guess. Oh, mercy. Mercy. Let's get some more coffee in. Okay. Little surfacer in there. And then we're going to move on to shoulders, arms. I think that's a song. Hey, Peter. Good morning. How are you, my friend? Hey, Nick. Welcome. So I missed you guys too. But had a lovely evening. Actually, graduation was Thursday night. Last night was it was supposed to be dinner out with with the family. Sort of like a family graduation gathering. We're gonna go out for dinner, that kind of thing. Well, that didn't work out. My daughter had to go to a graduation party, and anyway, there's some differences of opinion in some of that. And so I ended up getting an air conditioner. That's what I ended up doing last night. Going to dinner, getting an air conditioner. But I missed you guys too. I was talking with Tom Warchel a little bit yesterday. How was the event? How was the meeting last night? That's all right. You know, I mean, I'm kind of poo-pooing it. I don't mean to, because I actually had a lovely night out. We had a really nice time out with my wife and my friends from Texas. It was a great night. Just don't want to paint it as being bad. It was not. It was anything but. Hey, Joe. Good morning. There we go. It was good. It got out a bit earlier than usual, knowing you folks. How big were the crowd? Did you get that thing I sent you? Did you a physical thing or a or something else, Joe? That thing you sent me. Text. I didn't see any text this morning when I checked. Huh. I'll check after the live stream. How's that? Thank you, Joe. I'll definitely do that. Full house. And they got out early? It's not fun. All good. Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Not early. How the fuck do we want to do that? That wouldn't have happened under my watch. All right. I am tired. It was not a long day at work. It started out, I got there, and I basically, one of my my colleagues just kind of filled me in on the 2 days that I missed, and it's like, why the fuck am I here? And then the rest of the day, I actually had a few things to take care of. It was kind of a low-key day. But anyway, and there's a, what they call it on the first floor, there's an air conditioner. I got one of the freestanding units, what they call the portable unit. Getting tired of putting something into a window, like a massive unit. I just getting too old to do that shit. Pride Parade all these weekend up here, going to take the kids, try and get shirts that say accept. Nice. Pride Parade, that's cool. Yeah, it is. My older daughter asked me if we can get a pride flag out today, to which I will say, of course. Give me the flag. I'll put it right underneath the American flag. This is the perfect day for us to celebrate Pride, right? By renaming the USS Harvey Milk. Had one to go out the window and self-destruct on the ground. I had one go out the window and self-destruct on the ground. What was that? I'm sorry. What went out the window? Got a Hobby Hijack AOZ reboot on the way. Oh, sounds like a P Bandai purchase. Air conditioner. Oh, yeah, I guess oh. That's gotta suck. Dude, so the unit that we've had this unit for, I don't know, 15 years, 20 years, whatever. And it's like, you start to feel your age. It's like trying to get it propped into a window. It's not fun, Now, Nick is going to say, go get yourself some, central air. Absolutely. It's not in the cards right now. So getting one of these portable units was a much, much better idea. It takes up a little too much floor space. I might have to relocate it, but yeah. But dude, that sucks. Maybe that's what I should have done with ours. Just drop it out the window. But then would have crushed a bunch of plants. I didn't want to do that. Milko has an MG gun tank in stock. I called to see if I could hold it. Unfortunately, can't since he has only 4. Yeah, that's a bummer, Joe. I was in the apartment at the time. How far? So I guess the question, Peter, is how many floors up were you? It is P Bandai by getting it from a fellow hobby member for cost instead of 50-80. Cost? I'd get it for cost. Nice. I actually wanted that Hobby Hijack because I actually wanted to do I wish they would release it as a Zeta. I think they actually have in the past. The Hobby Hijack not from Zeta, from Char's Counterattack. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. Ground floor, oh yeah, thank God. And hopefully nobody was anywhere near it outside. All right, so we got some goo. There we go, lay down there on both sides just to fill in some space. It is pretty. You can actually see that it's quite a bit of stuff there. Let's see what's going on there. Ultimately, a lot of that's going to get capped by the hose, so I'm not too concerned about it. But still, it was Somerville, so nobody even noticed. Nice. You want to sell it for profit? I guess he's just a decent person. Wow. I can understand and respect that. All right, let's get that taken care of. We're going to sand. And maybe even bevel a little bit. Let's see. Actually, we're going to file. Because he's a decent person. He's a schmuck. Doesn't want to make money? What the hell's wrong with him? And by the way, I am joking about that. They've had an awesome biplane. Oh, really? Oh, well, I look forward to seeing the photos of it. That's awesome. Did he do rigging for it as well? And what scale was it in? What biplane? Nice. Funny enough, I only want the gun tank to make it like the MS-18 version. I don't, I got to tell you, Joe, I don't even remember that version. I'm going to have to, well, I mean, it's coming up real soon. Next year or so, I think Tom and Nina are going to be getting to 8th MS Team. I don't remember like anything that didn't relate to UC. I don't think I did it on purpose. I just don't remember following. So I believe after Victory came G Gundam, and then came 8th MS Team. Rigging, yes. Scale, not sure. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. I'll read about it. But thank you for letting me know, Peter. That's cool. I don't even remember the gun tank from. It's got to be at least 25 years since I've watched 8th MS Team. No, probably not that long. 20. Actually, hold it. No, 25. All right. Now we're just going to. It's too sharp right now. Now I'm going to just feather a little bit of the insides here. Gotta get some coffee in me. Stat. I'll be back in a few. Sounds good, Peter. We'll be here. It's a Saturday. It's not going to be a short one. Unless it happens. In fact, why don't we do a little scraping? Oops. I've had girls' night out, so I had both the kids to myself last night. That was a fun experience, was it? Joe, how old are the kids? I mean, I know your daughter is in 8th grade. Sorry, I just changed it over to all chat, not just top chat. Yeah. There we go. I'm sorry, that was Nick who said that. So yeah, okay. So I'm sorry. I thought it was Joe who said that. So that's cool, Nick. So you had the 2 kids. Well, you got to let your wife out every now and then. Come on. I have to work today. Lots to do before Corpo Asshats tours happen next Thursday. Yeah, that's funny. So who did your wife go out with? And Nick, what did you end up doing with the kiddos? I don't have to. You don't have to tell me. That's true. You don't. Okay. There we go. Just scraping this edge a little bit just around it. And then I'll hit it with what they call it. Some sandpaper just to take a little bit of the edge off there. Hey, Dwayne. Good morning. What is going on, Dwayne? Happy Saturday to you. We may be going to she went to a friend's house for girls' night, like 5 or 6 of them, then snacking and wine. I love it. Me and the kids did dinner, bath, and a movie. Oh, nice. What'd you watch for a movie? Clockwork Orange? Aliens? So today, can't wait. Oh, where's your wife been? By the way, still fighting with the sumac. Ew, and I hate steroids. Yeah. I'm sorry, Joe. Still fight. Is it going down? Oof. Dwayne, does your wife do a lot of traveling? Work or fun or what have you? Sorry, guys. I do apologize. Work trip, yeah. Doesn't look like. Does it feel like it? I'm assuming the answer to that is probably going to be no. Okay, I just want to see if I can get the catch how much curvature I have on this thing. Not quite enough. We watched Brother. Oh, Brother Bear, yeah. This is the old movie, but the kiddos seem. Oh yeah, that's a good one. So on my server, I've got a lot of that stuff on there too, and there's a and I've saved it because that's the stuff my kids used to watch. I did get rid of. I think I got rid of like things like the old Strawberry Shortcake TV shows. That's just shit. Other than that, I've saved a lot of that Disney stuff, a lot of the How to Train Your Dragons and shit like that. She doesn't do a ton of travel, but it's usually a sudden. Oh, really? A sudden thing like, hey, I'm taking off. Bye. Wait. Hey, Seb. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Happy Saturday. Happy weekend to you. I'm doing pretty okay. I'm down here this morning. It's kind of a quiet, nice, slow start to the weekend. We are planning on going to see a professional baseball game today, which I'm kind of excited about. We've got one of the minor league teams in town, the Worcester Red Sox, or the Woo Sox, as we call them. And we're looking to catch one of their games. Before you delete. What am I going to delete? I hope I don't delete. Is that me personally? I hope I personally don't delete. I will say it's funny. It's like, I understand that, and I've done it myself. People respond to comments. It's like, what were we just talking about? When you're dealing with like 3 or 4 conversations and trying to remember what you said like a minute ago. Ooh. Doing final profit on my rest weekend, maybe. So do a little bit of shopping. Nice. Hopefully some fun shopping. Not some necessary. Like for me, it's like when somebody says, hey, we're going to go do shopping. It's either like, household necessities or groceries. It's like, I don't consider that fun shopping. I did actually talk to my friend Tom last night. I said, hey, maybe we can go do what we used to do, which is let's go out to a hobby shop. When we had spare time, we could go to a hobby shop, and then there was a Vietnamese restaurant right next door, and we enjoyed doing that. But since spare time is closed, now it's like trying to find another place to do that. Go up, wander around, maybe buy some shit, maybe not, and then break bread. You should burn DVDs and sell them off. You didn't see the comment. I don't think I did see the comment. Look like it. I'm looking at it before you delete. Love Minor League used to go to Albuquerque Isotopes like 15 years ago. Really? Spoiled myself and paid someone to cut the grass yesterday. That's definitely spoiling. Wow. The funny part is that I don't mind cutting the grass. It's all the rest of fucking yard work I don't like to do. Some hobby shopping and maybe some desktop. Ooh, I'm sorry, destock. Is that like desktop? Or what's destock shopping? And I apologize. Yeah, minor league we've been to minor league baseball games. They were at one point, before there's a much more minor league team that plays in town, and we used to go to their games over at the Holy Cross, one of the universities in town. That's where they played. But now that the Woo Sox are in town, I'm kind of excited to catch that. I got to tell you, like I watched so last night when we were out, I actually did manage to catch part of the Red Sox Yankees game, which was I think we were into the bottom of the seventh when we finally left the restaurant. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Though I did watch also at the same time on one of the monitors that and I'm sure hopefully Mike will watch this later and he'll chime in. I did watch the Edmonton, Florida hockey game a little bit. I'm rooting for Edmonton. Just can't vote for it. I can't give to any Florida teams. I just can't. I can't support any Florida teams. I just don't care for Florida. But when we were leaving, Florida was up 4-3. How the game ended. It's wild talking about hockey in the middle of summer, or the beginnings of summer, I should say. All right. Excuse me. So, like, my mower has been acting up. You haven't backhanded it? It needed to be cut before we go on vacation next week. So I said, fuck it and splurge. Yeah. You guys going on vacation? Where are you going, Nick? It's a shop where they sell products at a reduced price, generally. End of stock. Oh, okay. End of stock, supermarket, and near time of consummation. Okay. So we got stuff like that too. Basically, like we have places like an Ocean State Job Lots in this area, which does the same thing. They either have like end lots of stuff that just nobody seems to want. They'll sell at a reduced price. Yeah, that's good. Wow. For a large world, we're such a small world. I have a dad that grew up on the Florida hockey team. Positive, modern Florida. That's they shouldn't have a hockey team. That's what I keep thinking. Or like when you hear about like teams down in Texas, and it's the same thing. It's like, really? Okay. Yeah, I think growing up, I don't remember what the furthest south team was. It's kind of wild. It's wild. I'm not gonna lie. It's wild. Anyway, that sounds very nice. Very nice, Seb. Hope you have a nice day doing your shopping. Small world. I don't want to go to that heavy a grit. So that might be pretty good. It's hard to tell with a white piece of plastic to see how much I've actually rounded it. That looks pretty good. The Oilers. Yeah, right. Hey, Edwin. Good evening. How are you, my friend? Going to Corpus, spend a few days on the beach in a friend's condo. Oh, lovely. Oh, that sounds wonderful. And have fun, Nick. Put on a bunch of sunscreen. Houston Aeros. We're supposed to be getting another hockey team. Hold it. Why another one? Good evening, Edwin, my friend. Another hockey team. How wild is that? All right. again, you're not going to see much of it, but right in there, all I did was just, it was square edged. All I did was just round the edging a little bit just to give it a little bit of an organic look. Once that's all painted, I'm sure it'll look a lot better too. Right now, it's obviously sticking out like a sore thumb. So what we're going to do is probably get this elbow glued into place. Right now, it's still flopping quite a bit. Going to glue it in place because it's, again, I build statues. And then just make sure I've got the hand facing the right way. And the hand I'm not going to glue into place now either. I could. Not that it would matter. The hand is ultimately going to be holding on to some kind of a banner of some sort. They got rid of our team like 15 years ago. Got rid of them. Wow. Oh, hell. Don't use plastic magic in a while. Let's break out the old plastic magic. There we go. Have you seen the Terminator endoskeleton kit from the 90s? I have not. Trying to think if who made that kit? I know I've seen other companies that have done it, but I've not seen that one. Discolored it. How cool is that? Deep cleaning workshop, need to organize those photos, books, documents from Granddad House. Yeah. Oh, wow. Still organizing that stuff. Wow, Edwin. Good for you, brother. Yeah, there we go. Nice and sticky now. I remember. Of course, Peter does. That's like right up Peter's alley. Small Japanese company I haven't heard of. Oh, do you happen to remember their name? Sure, one can go out to ScaleMates and find it pretty easily. I was on ScaleMates last night. There are 3 models I'm kind of interested in right now, picking up. I grabbed one last weekend. Oh, nice. How I'm hoping it wasn't at a gougy price. I have to somehow unpack and display all of my Kamen Rider and Power Ranger more for weapons. Wow. Do you have a place to display all that stuff, Edwin? Maybe like in the family living room? Mom, put the stuff out here. Excuse me. The Terminator would have been a more sympathetic character if his mission was to make sure Quentin. Wow, Peter, that's a shot. Oh, it's Tsukuda. Oh yeah, I don't think Tsukuda is in business anymore. I have a few Tsukuda models. I believe the original Naushka models. I've got to go back now, but I think the original Naushka models, the ones that Bandai then bought, the molds to, were all Tsukuda. Oh, interesting. Not in the family living room, but probably downstairs at the workshop. Yeah. Oh, come on. Mom, please. Excuse me. Peter. Yeah. Peter, can I ask a question? What brought that on? It's chrome plated. Yeah. I can strip the chrome off. That's easy enough to do. And then repaint it. It was chrome plated back then. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Excuse me. getting stripped, and then I'll have to cut it up and try to get it to, yeah, get a pose out of it, and then just kind of lock it into that pose. Yeah. I'd say my favorite pose from all that Terminator stuff is the one near the beginning of the second movie where it's just kind of sitting on top of like this little pile of skeletons, skulls. That's the one I've always liked, and it's weapons in hand. It's kind of iconic. So it's a whole house just need to declutter all the unnecessary stuff and stamp it. My image, nice. Dwayne's Terminator kit, yeah. Exactly my thoughts. Repose, yeah. I like that kind of look. Excuse me a second, my friends. So clean up here. Fill that in with a little CA. It's pretty big, so. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to get all of this, all of that. Let's see if you guys can see that. So if you see this whole part kind of pivots up and down, and there's, let's see if I can get the focus. Come on, you motherfucker. There it goes. See all that stuff at the top there? That's all going to go away. I'm going to find the angle that I want to set this thing at, and then the rest of this thing is going to get filled. It's very stiff, lifeless, out of the box. Is it a model, or is it actually a toy that maybe you have like a few parts to assemble? Dwayne's Terminator kit. Peter, I'm still kind of wigged out by your comment. Peter, question. Are you sort of like maybe I'm missing the context here? Is it? It's like 4 runners. Oh no, that's a model. Wow. Peter, are you sort of like anti-Tarantino now, or are you just making some kind of joke that's just going over my head because I haven't had enough coffee? How much coffee have I had? I don't know. I've had enough. It's just not a fan of as a filmmaker or as a person. Interesting. I know recently got himself into a little hot water given some of the commentary he made about Dune. All of the above, really, even as a filmmaker. I've enjoyed a few of his films. I've never been a Kill Bill fan. Never enjoyed Kill Bill. I haven't seen a lot of his more recent stuff, but I do think that, Pulp Fiction is a classic in my opinion. Boy, will we ever get it right? Nah, likely not. I didn't disagree with some of his thoughts on that, but I can't speak to him as a person. I don't know him as a person, so, and I don't really follow a lot of personalities. But if you're going to say that he's kind of like what's a good example? Like, oh God, first of all, Woody Allen, Annie Hall, that late 70s through like mid 80s Woody Allen stuff has always been fabulous. Do I like him as a person? No, he's kind of a bit of a scumbag, right? Proven to be that. Who's the other one? I don't know why I always blank out. The guy who did Chinatown. Reservoir Dogs is a favorite. It was my favorite of his. Yeah, I like that film too. Good movie. Was Electric State. Didn't agree with actors. Good story by man. Polanski. There we go. I agree about Woody Allen. Polanski's the same way. You know, Chinatown and Rosemary's Baby are absolutely fabulous films. Do I think he's a scumbag? Yeah, I do. I think running away from being well, maybe he can kick a couple bucks over to our current president and he can come back and die in this country. Actually come back. Yeah. I don't know why. I always space out on Polanski's name. I don't know why. Forget it. It's Chinatown. I like Louis C.K.'s comedy a lot, but he's a creep. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Well, we've had conversations in our house. So I'm not sure if other people have had them about separating the art from the artist. And my wife is like, absolutely will not do anything Woody Allen, and she's enjoyed some Woody Allen films in the past. She's like, I just can't do it. I just don't care for the guy anymore. Whatever. My daughter, certainly, my older daughter, is certainly in that camp. And we've had this same conversation about certain musical acts that my younger daughter follows. It's a tough one. I'd like to try to separate the art from the artist, but I know it's not always easy. It's always up to set the person from their work. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to use a very extreme example. Very extreme. Hitler fashioned himself an artist, and whether he was good or not, I'm not sure I'd ever want to, even if his artwork was good, it's like, I don't want to see any of that shit, Okay. So we've got this kind of cleaned up. What I'm going to do is, you can actually see there's a little bit of a dot. So I can rotate this thing a little bit. There it is. See that little dot right there, that little black dot? I hit it with CA, but it appears I'll probably have to hit it with some surfacer on the top. It's still got a bit of a notch in there. So the CA didn't get quite enough filling. So before we do that, though, let's get I want to get this arm kind of in position. Suss out what angle I want this thing to be at. And then that's what we're going to lock into place. And I don't want it to be straight up and down. I'm going to probably have a little bit of an angle to it. Yeah, kind of like that. Pop. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to glue this armature assembly right here. The part that attaches to the body, I'm going to glue it into place. And I'm going to fill in the rest of it. Probably hit it up with, I'm assuming, probably going to do some kind of putty. I don't think I'm going to do a two-part. Probably just do like a Tamiya putty. Looks like people are waking up. What the fuck? I know my wife doesn't sleep late anymore either, just because she's got to get to work usually most mornings by a reasonable time. We're usually up around the same time. I'm up a little earlier than her, but not by much. Depending on the morning, how busy she is, we'll chat. Okay, we're going to go on the inside here too. Something I've been. I think, speaking of, I guess, a little bit of Hollywood, like an aside to Hollywood, one thing I've kind of found, I think we have we get so incorrectly taught that The happily ever after, everything is perfect, in relationships. And I find it's like my wife and I are quite often at loggerheads about certain things. But in the end, we come together. And life isn't about, everything is going to be perfect. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have like rows at times, and it is what it is. But in the end, it's like, so I don't think I'd want to be anywhere else. I don't want to be anywhere else. I don't want to be anywhere else. But it's funny how, I don't know, I just feel like, do we just have a high threshold for pain? But I just find it so interesting that, for a lot of folks, we're disagreeing, so we're separating. I'm like, really? That's kind of crazy. Life, you got disagreements. It's kind of like what life is about. You're not going to agree with everybody. The question is, how do you get through it? It's not, I'm going to take my ball and go home. Now, obviously, I'm sure that there are times when it's okay. There are some things that are maybe completely irreconcilable, but still. Excuse me. Okay. So we got the shoulder cemented together. This is how men used to act in movies, sex parts. Sex pests full of grand gestures that women have no choice but to submit to. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. No need to win a prize to know you won the day. Yeah. But it's not even winning a prize. I think it's just about, just to me, it's just understanding that you're not always going to get along. That's just, and then, but to have that sort of, like I said, that happily ever after, that Disney, that Disney attitude of perfection, perfect love, that we're always in sync, always, things are always mating up in that way. It's like, it's not the way people are. In fact, I think what's interesting is how you can try to make a success of something when you don't always agree. And maybe this is like, obviously the same thing we're kind of experiencing in life right now. It's as soon as we disagree, I hate you. And, it could be the smallest thing. And I don't know, maybe it's like, it's just a bit much. Why, you're not going to agree. Figure it out. But yeah, how men used to Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman was a great distillation of the trope men. I have to rewatch that because I haven't watched that in a long time. And I don't recall a lot of that. I don't recall a lot because that was he and what's her name? I know the actress now, but they I don't remember their relationship in the film. Gestures that women have no choice but to submit to. Yeah. Well, there is that. The hero swooping in. I watched it 3 years ago, and it was very stark. Should probably rewatch it at some point. Yeah, I think I saw it maybe a couple of years after it came out, and it's got to be 30 years at this point, right? All right, I'm going to move my laptop here quickly, which may or may not fuck everything up for everybody. Let me get my Tamiya, buddy. Push this back. "25 years ago." I know. I know. That's kind of crazy. I was actually just thinking about how I remember when we were going through the whole Y2K thing, and it's like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Now it's like, it's barely a blip in history. I do like kids' movies, deconstructing heavily ever Frozen, especially. Yeah. That is a good one. There we go. Just wait for Y10K. You're joking, right? I still haven't used all my AOL free minutes yet. Well, good luck with that, Joe. Somewhere you're marrying someone you just met. Yeah. Shit's going to be heavy. For real? Shit's going to be heavy. For real? It's funny as hell. By 10K? I didn't even know there wasn't such a thing. Is that when Skynet finally takes over? I think we got all the computers to know. Dude, that's not roll back to one. Exactly. I think what we're going to do, give me 1 second here, guys. I'm actually going to break out my hard tip silicone brushes. Good thing. And so all roads lead to Y40K for the Emperor. Exactly. Well said. That's the one. For the Emperor. One second, guys. Just want to get this thing kind of all laid down first. There we go. All right. I think on the other side, what I'll probably end up doing, only because this is a curved surface, on the other side, I'll probably end up just putting a piece of, let's see, do I have it here? Yeah. I may end up just dropping in a piece of strip in there rather than actually doing doing putty. But this side being curved, I'm good with it. Only when I can make your computer make it through Y2K, just call today. The phone. Nice. This one's going to have to be a little bit closer to the edge, to quote from Art of Noise. So feather this out a little bit more. There we go. And down here. There we go. Perfect. Let that sit there. Tomorrow morning, we'll kind of work on that. So the part of the Tau Commission, the friend gave me a box of Combat Patrol Orcs. There is no turning back for me now. Yep, Edwin, you're in it now. You are in it now. All right, let's get the arm is done. The left arm is done. We're going to work on the right arm now. Let me do a little bit of cleanup here. Okay. I believe this stuff cleans up with alcohol. Go for a while. So I want to jump to Trench Crusade. Now I'm pulled to them. Like early discussion, I like the IP, but I don't like the company. Yeah. Okay, so can I ask Edwin? You said that you don't. I'm assuming you don't like Games Workshop. Can I ask why? I don't know much about Games Workshop. Just for the assume it can last 1 to 3 weeks. Oh yeah. Ugh. Is it the worst of the bunch, though, Joe? Worst of the bunch, Joe. There we go. Just after my daughter. It's wild. Yes, it is. Ugh. Sorry, brother. Put these things away. This is like I picked these up. This is what I miss about this. This is why I think that having like a hobby shop nearby is always great. So these silicone brushes, right? Spare Time at one point was having a sale. I'm looking around like, yeah, I've heard that these things are pretty okay. Yeah, I'll pick up a set. I picked them up. They sat around for like a couple months. Then I broke them out. I'm like, holy shit, these things are game changers. So then I got the second set. This is the hard tip. I also got the medium tip ones. These are great. All right, we're going to put this stuff right here. Now, let's work on this arm. On this one, it's going to be flipped on the other one. I may or may not start the second one. I haven't decided yet. On this one here, it's going to be holding the gun, the rifle, kind of in a down position a little bit. And it'll have a banner being held up this way. And on the second one that I built, the arms are going to be flipped, meaning that the left arm will be holding the rifle and the right arm will be holding the banner. How the shape of the tips last. How do they last? They seem to be lasting a good long while. It's silicone. Their model is expensive enough, and every year they hike the price. A few years ago, they strike fan channels just because they are making a streaming subscription. So as a business model, they're basically like they're 100% in on they own the property and fuck all y'all. Depends on what you're doing with it. Yeah, this is just basically using it for putty. I mean, what else would you do with it? I mean, for my putty applications, both two-part epoxy and the simple putty stuff, never had a problem with this. And ultimately, I guess if they wear out, we'll get some more. I do have a question about these. Where were these made? I'm assuming these were made, maybe I could be wrong. They were made in China, but they're not listing them. For all I know, they probably just bought some off-the-shelf ones. And that was the end of that. Okay. Now let's do the assembly on this side. Elsegrove Lee suing a lot of people because of using Warhammer name. It even hit another company that product was Warhammer, but also named Warhammer. Really? User lease agreement with Nintendo Switch 2. It's just that you pay for the device. It's only a lifetime lease agreement with Nintendo for the equipment. Interesting. So they almost sound like they're doing the same thing with Disney. I don't know if anybody remembers, this has got to be at least a decade ago. But Disney was going after their IP, anybody who's violating their IP, including like if you had paintings of Mickey Mouse and all the other Disney, youthful figures at a daycare. Yeah, you got to paint over that stuff. Really? Yeah, if you don't, we're going to have to sue you. Really? A daycare center? Okay. Crazy. Yeah. Disney has that same approach. They protect their properties very fiercely. All right. There's a bit of, I just want to show it real quickly here. It's a bit of rocking. You can actually almost see it. Let's see if I can get focused on this thing again. There's a bit of a, fuck you, stupid camera. There's a bit of a gap there. I may try flattening this piece a bit. Guess where they filed the suit? Not in England, but in Florida, thanks to the evil mouse empire. Yeah, of course. Though having said that, the state of Florida and Disney don't seem to be getting along perfectly. Go figure. I wonder if Disney's threat of moving out of the state of Florida will ever come about. Wouldn't that be wild? But anyway, interesting that Games Workshop kind of takes that same hard approach. Did not realize that. Look, I respect your wanting to protect your brand. I get it. But yeah, I agree, Eric, Edwin. I think it's interesting when they become very, very much like, you know what, this can slide under the radar and it won't matter to us. But I guess if you let too much of that slide, then they become all frightened. But yeah, it does seem a bit much. We have an RV park called RV Disney Resort. Boy, we heard about it up here. I'm sure you did. I don't talk about the mouse for legal reasons. Oh, really? Yeah. That's right. We can't talk about it. Who are we talking about? Yeah. This video will be deleted by Disney Corporation. One place to have its own degree of a Treasury Department. Really? Enjoy doing litigious Mickey impressions. Doing litigious? Oh, now you got me curious now, Dwayne. What the hell does that mean? Litigious. I'm all in on litigious. Gotta remove that little, yeah, I gotta remove that piece of shit. Or worse, you'll join the MC. Yeah. Where you should play a Disney song doing Wildlands. So if it is leaked on the internet, the mouse lawyer will take it down. Really? Sounds kind of, yeah. That's kind of wild, man. Literally wild. Please do not slip. Whatever you do not fucking slip. I'm taking out the little key part here. There it goes. This one hit my chin. It's probably stuck in my beard. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm almost there. All right. There we go. Good enough. It's just unreasonable to go to law to settle disputes. Oh, yeah. Well, we do live in a litigious society. I'm going to sue. All right. Have the fuck at it. Wow, that thing's sticking out 1.5 miles. That's why. Like, that doesn't look right. That looks better. Okay. A little bit on the out like that. I think we're going to glue it into place right like that. I got to fix that. It just moved. Yeah, that's good right like that. Unfortunately, this one here, I'm going to have to wait for it to fully dry before I can do anything because I'll show you in just a second. I have to file down some of the excess plastic. All right, Spaces, have a great day. See you around. Joe, do good, brother. Hope you feel better, and I hope your workday goes peacefully. Peacefully. Real quickly. Actually see right at the top there, part of this pivoting piece, right? This piece pivots up and down. But if you take a look at the very top, you got just a little bit of that sticking up at the top. So I want to file that down. But now that I've glued it, I'm going to wait until the glue is settled. The good thing about using Plastic Magic, it tends to dry fairly quickly. Hey, Clint, good morning. What's going on, brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Clint? How are things in general? And Richie isn't on yet. So if you want to just kind of go to town on him, now's perfect timing. I'm kidding, by the way. I go and picked up the keys to my new apartment. So excited, settled in. Nice. When do you get to move in? God damn though, Clint. Hold it. It just suddenly dawned on me. How many months has it been? Wow. Maybe even start building and working on stuff again. Oh my God, no! Almost 3 months of searching. Fuck, wow. Clint, I'm very happy though that it's kidding aside, I'm very happy to hear that things are starting to settle down that way. That's great. Wow, brother. And if you decide you're going to get returned to modeling, since we're just talking about it, are you going to work on a Gundam? Or are you going to work on something GW? Warhammer. I know you were also really getting hot and heavy into some of the Warhammer stuff recently. But in either case, I'm very happy that you've landed a place. That's the critical thing right there. gotta finish the Strike Dog and then get some ideas for Gundam. Ooh, so we're back to the Gundam thing. And who knows? Maybe someday there'll be an A10 Warthog in your collection, right? As surgical as possible about this. There we go. I think I got it. Maybe after I've worked down some of my backlog. Nice. Clint, I'm assuming you still have a good substantial size to your backlog. I know that you did get rid of a bunch of stuff a while ago. Anyway, I'm so happy to see you, Clint. Miss you, brother. It's nice to actually be talking to somebody who's my age, not these kids that keep popping in. It's still ridiculous. I love it. Or as our good friend David Bowie used to say, too much is never enough. It's still ridiculous. Okay. Brother PG knew when it drops next year. Yeah. Did you pre-order one? And am I correct? I mean, it's going to be $600-700. Damn. I noticed none of the kids responded to my my earlier comment. Right. We are almost there. I'm going to round the corners a little bit. Call this done. Yeah, I can focus now. I can focus on stuff not apartment based. That's the speculation, at least. Which is fine. I would need another PG after that, other than the PGU Sazabi or Zaku. Hold it, they don't have a PG Sazabi, do they? Oh, God, that would be insane. The only PG I want to get, the only one, I would like to get the Mark II. That's it. I have the original 1.0 RX 78, which was gifted to me. It was gifted. It was assembled, gifted, broke, fell over. And the guy's like, I don't want this thing. You want it? And he gave it to me. And one of these days I'll actually either work on it or give it away. But the Mark II, yeah. Hey, Mike, good morning. What's going on, brother? Robert, welcome. Fingers crossed eventually. Fingers crossed. Backlog is down to 8 kits unbuilt and like 40 unpainted. Wow. I don't even want to do the numbers on mine yet. And the PG New. Mike, I hope you're having, before I forget, hope you're having a fantastic day. Fantastic. I think PG New is a skip for me. It just costs too much and it's twice as tall. It's assembled as the PGU grams. It's twice as tall. So I don't know where the hell I would put. Yeah. I didn't realize it was twice as tall. If memory serves, and I'm going by memory, I think the standard Gundam was around 18, 19 meters tall, and the new stood at around 23, maybe a little less. Not quite tall, but it would definitely be bigger. Right. We're going to be doing some customizations on this one now, too, once we get the angle here figured out. Work week done for UPS anyways. I have all weekend at the store. And yay! Big Magic the Gathering. We have Final Fantasy. Sunday pre-release sold out. Really? What's Final Fantasy? Is that an MTG thing? And you guys have pre-sold your entire allotment. Nice. It's 1.5 times the size without the funnels, with the funnel. Oh, wow. No shit. I have the 135th kilogram, so I'll find room for it too. Hey, speaking of, Clint, is that model still available? Or did that thing finally just disappear? It's the name of the release. Got it. PG Gramps was 30 centimeters tall. New with the funnels is 55.7. Just had to Google. Wow. Sorry. AI lied. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Let us get weapon. Put it on here. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Shite. Sorry, I forgot. I got to clip off all of that stuff at the top of the hand there. Oh, man. I tell you, I don't know why this camera decides it's like, there it goes. Clip all that off. Hey, Tom. Good morning. What's going on, man? Happy Saturday. Hoping you don't have any work today. No way. Yeah, I was right. 557, and that's 55. Oh, yeah, 55.7. That's right. Holy shit, that's a big... Oh, yeah, it's massive. Are we talking about the PG New? Yes, we are. Yeah, it is massive. Oop. I want to get two. I'm cutting back on purchases, but I want to get two PG News. Tom, and I say this with every bit of love and kindness I have inside me. You're a fucking whack job. The 144 destroy gun might not be that far off in terms. Oh, probably not. Yeah, the destroy or the new Psycho Gundam Mark II. The reason I'm pulling back on Gunpla spending is I don't know if my job will exist. Yeah, probably not a bad decision to plan for something like that. Robert, are you, if I may ask, and you don't have to answer if you don't feel comfortable, are you in the market right now looking for something different? And now for something completely different? Can't say no to the new. No, you can't say no to the new, but you don't have to say yes to two of them. Company mergers, gotta love it. Yeah, that's what I got to say about that. You know, this is going to be good for our customers. Yep, and it's going to fuck all the employees, but that's okay. No, that's all right. Employees are just overrated. There we go. What platform should I use if I want to sell stuff? What does that mean? I mean, you talking about like models that you no longer want? Exactly against the work for Cox, and Cox charter merger is very likely to have us a deadweight. Oh yeah, I didn't realize you worked for Cox. Yeah, that merger. Craigslist. Ray, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Didn't even see you pop in. Craigslist is good. eBay. I don't know. Bring it to a meeting. The other one, bring it to a show. Rent a table, bring it to a show. It's high cost of living with low staff numbers, even if they own the building here. Really, just random things like 125 new memory modules. What the hell? 125 new memory modules? Like what kind? Now I'm kind of curious. Let me tell you a story. My local online marketplace was bought by TikTok. Really? Now TikTok fired their local employee and forced all the seller is to migrate to TikTok Shop. You for real, Edwin? Is there a parking lot near Ken's intersection? Could be. DDR 432. Oh, DDR. Oh, it's old school stuff. 8 gig, 3200 DDR4. Oh, ew. Ew. I'm kidding. $20 each. Yeah, not too bad. It's actually probably pretty good. My competition shut them down. Tale as old as capitalism. Exactly. And still we fully embrace capitalism. Never understood that. This is like Let's see. I'm being real. The target was 300,000 seller, but the reality is the one move are only 3,000 stores. Wow. Oops, that's the wrong one. That is the. Sorry, guys. Let me. Bang, bang, bang. Those three go together. These three go together. Okay. That's better. Selling a deal from a van in a parking lot kind of guy. Anyone wanted to buy some speakers? We had them left over from an install. Yep. Capitalism. Well, this could work well. Yeah, I'm digging that. I might need to bring that. Might need to build out that wrist a little bit. Do like a ring around it just to kind of give it a little. Right now, if you take, I kind of like this position. I like the way that looks. The only downside is if you take a look at the wrist and the amount of gapping that's there. If I can get this thing to fucking focus, because God forbid this thing actually want to fucking focus. I want to fill that gap in a bit. I'm cool with capitalism as long as regulators are not rubber stamps. In reality, this Cox merger and the Time Warner Charter merger before should never have been allowed. Of course not. But we are now back into antitrust? Nah. These are left over from a move previous HD, man. As had stashed it away without letting anyone know. That's cool. Yeah. Just find someplace like an eBay or something like that, or just someplace, just blast them out. That was only works for the consumer when there's robust competition and choice, not this 1-2 choices per area nonsense. Absolutely. We found lots of goodies that we can't believe we never used. Ooh, that's nice, but I digress. Till Thursday. This is an old Zaku kit. It is. It's a very old Zaku kit. Yes, we'll table the the capitalism thought until Thursday. How much time I got left? 15 minutes. All right. I'm going to put a little spacer in there. That way, when this thing kind of comes together, because I like the way that looks. I do. I just want to get that space filled in. Let's take a quick peek here. I guess I'll use eBay, but man, 14% in fees. Is it 14%? Wow. Damn. Capitalism at its finest. Fuck me. Oh my. That's 1.5 millimeter. Damn. Okay. Let's see what we got. We're on my Exia again. Good to hear it. Trying to learn how to use plat plate to make details. Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Raised surface details. I love it. Figure out how large of a part to cut is a pain. Isn't fiber? How can it be fiber if it's 20%? Doesn't make sense. Why do they call it 20 here? Whew, the listing is free. Yay. Any idea what Etsy is? I don't. Granted, I'm making 100% profit. Well, not necessarily, because I'm assuming that stuff was bought at a higher price, and now you're going to sell it at a loss. So it's money coming back in. You're recouping something of your cost, but it's not 100% profit. They take 1/5 of what you make. Wow, damn, that's awesome. Hey, man. All right, let's see what we got for some tubing. We're gonna go to some of this stuff here. Wave tube, the ultra thin wall stuff. Let's see what we got. It's 100% for me. Hold it. Do you own it personally, Tom? Damn. Six. Go to 6. And then we're going to have to bevel the piss out of this thing. But that's okay. I'm good that way. I'm going to glue on something that's cut a piece. A 6 millimeter. I think I've got 6. The only thing I think I don't have here is no, I've got 8, 7, 5, 7, 6.5, 6. Yeah, there it is. What I'll probably end up doing is gluing on a piece that's 1.5, 2 millimeters thick, and then beveling it down after it's glued into place. Excuse me. It's the 1% raise they didn't give me for this year. Hold it. Did they really say, we can't give you a raise, but here's some dead shit that you can sell, and everything you sell for, you make a profit. And by the way, we're going to 1099 you. God, really? Fucking hey, man. Wow. That's fucking great. All right, let's see how this looks in terms of getting the gun in here. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe we'll go to 5.5. 6 doesn't look too bad. Nah, I'm gonna go to 5.5. I think I got 5.5. 5.5. Yep. I don't know about the old shit we took. They don't know about all the old shit. Hold it. Sure you want to be talking about this here? Right. 5.5. You know, I haven't been on Hobby Japan or Hobby Japan, Hobby Link Japan, or all those those sites in a long time, in a while. I'm wondering what their pricing is like and what their shipping is like here to the U.S. Memory chips will fund the 2 GPU. Really? Oh, is that how you're looking at it? It could get your daughter a nice, couple of dolls before they go skyrocketing in price. But no, you're going to pick up a couple of PGUs. Shipping is a mess at the moment. Yeah. No, that's okay. Nice thinking of Emma there. It's a while since I did buy from them. Yeah. I haven't had really much of a need, except there's some specialty tools and like stuff like this. Like this wave plastic is fabulous. Like the level of thing that they offer in terms of if you take a look here, they make 2 versions of this. This is the thin wall version, and they make a thick wall version, both of which I've used. My kids don't like dolls. My kid don't like dolls. Doesn't matter. How about pencils? She might need 500 pencils because you're probably not going to see a pencil until 2027. By the way, I'm making a joke, dog. I'm excited to be part of the evidence in a future lawsuit. Yeah, me too. We're not saying anything though, right? I only have interest in the Academy 148, 810. Yeah, you can pick that up from, I think they still have them in stock at Sprue Brothers. 30 Gundam kits, he's getting 2, and the 2 will cost a lot more. Exactly. Right. All right, how does this look? Oh, yeah, that's better. More in line with what I need. Does it fit? Sure do. Perfect. I'm going to cut this thing. I could probably even go small, but I don't think I really want to go much smaller than that. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just going to be a little bit of a collar there. All right, so I need to cut this thing 2 millimeter. One, two, right there. Two. Yep. I'd say something, but they're only offering me old computer parts. Nice, space-wise. I already own like 8 PGs, so I'll find space. Sorry, Festival in Colchester, Connecticut, and Asparagus Festival in Hadley. Mass today. Decisions. Do both. Come on. They're not very far from each other. Final laptop. Still new in box from 2020. That's how unorganized the former HD manager was. Wow. All right. What are the specs on that laptop? Five and a half. Bang. Oh yeah. Also have Dendro and the Neo. But don't forget, you need 2 PG News. Tom. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna be lording this over you for a while. I have built either. How much do you think the Xeon will go for now? I have no idea. You know, one of the things about me, Tom, is I don't buy these things for speculation because I don't really care for selling it. It's never, you know. Again, everybody's got their deal. I don't sell my shit. I have 1 tank I was thinking about selling, and now I'll probably donate it to I've donated. Let me see, what did I do? How many things have I donated to PatCon? You know. You know, I guess I never want to get it. I just don't ever want to get into a speculation mindset. Personally speaking, I just can't do it. Oops, hello. PG old. Yeah, they did. Nobody bought it. That's why they made the PG new. Get that. I also know why 100 bio is worth like 3 times what I bought for. Yeah. We should make Plastic Crack Anonymous therapy group. Yeah. I already have 12 new in various grades. I think that's great. I'm just trying to figure out the purpose of having 2 PG News. That I don't get. That's just nuts. But to each their own. Who am I to say? Oops. Who am I to say? Okay, I am somebody to say. I'm not going to. All right, let's get this piece glued on. And I have to glue it on the wrist of the body rather than actually, I'd prefer to glue it on the wrist of the hand, but I will not be able to then grind back on that piece. So I'm going to have to glue it here. And so much of this is just going to get thinned back anyway. Perfect timing, actually. I bet if we let him eat ice cream, he'll forget his evil plan. I would hope so. On a PGU F91, give Bandai a break on plastic cost. Yeah. Let's just get this mofo aligned a little bit. Probably could have gone to a 5, but yeah, I'm kind of happy with going right to the edge on this thing. There we go. There we are. It's looking pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Thin cement, we're good. Do I really want anything from Bandai? I don't know. The only models right now I'm interested in are, and I have it on order. I've got a T62 on order, a new Meng T72, and there is a Great Wall. Great Wall, I think, made a 1/72nd scale A10. That's kind of it. For the most part, everything else. I mean, there's a few things that come in every now and then, but it's like necessities. Nah. The T62 I really wanted because the T62 I want to use as part of a diorama, my Area 88 diorama, and the T72 because it's the Meng. I'm gonna just say it. The Gundam Origin kits and these Meng 1/72nd scale models are my favorite models of like if somebody's like, oh, you should build something, that's what you should build. If you like building in the small scale on 1/72nd scale, those models are just too good. Now, I'm not going to build every subject there, but you know, there might be subjects that they're going to come out and it's like, yeah, I'm going to pass on that. But those right now are kind of it. I'll take an apology from Bandai. That would be nice. Good luck with that. My girlfriend bought me a Hamoxian Tastier. Comes with the main body, the dog backpack arms and base, metal frame, and limited edition duster jacket. What the hell is that? $70 at the time of purchase. What is a Hamoxian Tastier? It sounds something either Dungeons and Dragons or 40 Warhammer. Yeah. I am actually okay. I'll toss it out. In terms of Gundam, I wouldn't mind getting the RFV Gundam. That one's a good one too. The the Psycho Gundam Mark II. Yes, I'd like to get that. I just don't want to drop that kind of money right now. Just not that important. Not that important. Okay, so we got that glued in. This arm. Oh, I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Get the angle of the dangle again right on this thing. And then we're going to glue this thing together. Fuck. Fortunately, now that I've glued this piece, I should have glued this thing together before. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, well. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I should have glued the arm angle before. Let's see if I can do this like this. Trying to get parts that don't want to come together to stay together. Yeesh. Kind of like that. Yeah, that'll do. Just a slight angle to this. I have to go. Catch y'all later, guys. Seb, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Enjoy your shopping experience and look forward to hearing what you pick up. Just text you to link to the taste-your kit. Thank you. I'll take a peek at that. I appreciate it, Robert. I appreciate it. Did I fuck this thing up? I think I did. Oh, I totally fucked this thing up. Oh, no, I didn't. Hold a second. If I'm smart, and I'm not saying I am, this thing should pop out. There it goes. I put it in the wrong way. I think I did. No, I had it the right way. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. I'm doing something wrong here. There. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. One more time, looking at these things. Sorry, guys. Assembling things poorly here. Okay. That's one pile. This is the other pile. We're good. Question for George and everyone. Do you work on one project at a time or multiple at once? Well, I think for me, you'll probably notice if I got a lot of shit on this desk. So I'm now getting to the point where I'm working on multiple things at one time. We'll do that. All right, we're going to get this thing glued together, and then we are calling it a session, my friends. Nobody else wants to chime in? Historically, I've worked on one thing at a time. However, in the recent years, I find that I've actually, outside of just assembling, like basic assembly, that I don't call that, working on something. That's just snapping something together. But in terms of like actually like taking something to full completion, I've now got a bunch of stuff on here. In fact, when I did my little tour of my shelf of doom, it's probably way too much, but we'll get through it. All right, we got this thing all glued together. We've got that little extension piece glued on. We got everything kind of fitting together now. We're gonna leave all this stuff here, and then tomorrow we'll start working on the arm assembly, getting the last bit of angles and everything like that done, grinding down that wrist piece. Try to focus on one project at a time allows me to really overthink something. Yeah, good for you. I used to be like that. Then I don't know. I don't think I could ever do a project like the Spartan and have other projects going on at the same time. It's just a bit boring. I guess I could be ADHD. I would say you probably are. And again, what does that say about me? Lots of things all at one time. Think I've got 4 things going right now. By the way, Nick, how's the scribing of your Pokemon kit going? All right, my friends, we'll leave that there, and we are in a good place. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to airbrush this weekend, which kind of bums me, but I need to get to the airbrush booth sooner rather than later. All right, my friends, it's time for me to bid an adieu. So, guys, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. I really do appreciate it. And let me project, but I'm snapping another one, maybe painting a mini and all the way up. Yeah. I think whatever works for you. It's interesting. Whatever works for you. So, guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. I think it's going well. Almost have the front half done. Awesome. Later, Nick. Have a good day, brother. Do good. Enjoy the world as much as you possibly can. It's crazy. It is messed up. And what's been going on the last few days with just this childish behavior is unbelievable. And the world is paying attention. We're all paying attention. But do good. Don't be like these two assholes and just kind of like stupid arguments. Go out there instead, do good. Do right by other people. Show kindness, show love, show sympathy, show empathy, and just be kind. So with that, everybody, I'll be back on tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. Enjoy the day. Do good. I love you all, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.